Today I decided to run 100% Resident Evil Requiem. My god, what a journey. From the crazy amount of nonsense Grace had to pull through to the insane high-action combat from Leon. Not only did we beat a phenomenal hard-hitting story, but also had to find every case file, every single Mr. Raccoon, and all saves. I had to beat the game on the Insanity difficulty, which as said was insane. Pulled through the entire game in under 4 hours for the Speed Demon achievement and wasn't allowed to use Grace's crafting tool and wasn't allowed to heal once throughout the entire game. I bombed my sleep schedule for this one, but it was worth it. From infinite explosions to seriously good voice acting and writing, let me take you on a journey where Grace and Leon battle between the T-Virus, Dr. Gideon, and a bunch more random dudes trying to steal the show. Anyway, thank you for coming along, and please, enjoy. As I start our journey on the modern standard difficulty, we meet the FBI agent Grace Ashcroft. She found some articles about the Raccoon City incident, and as her manager calls her to the office, another body has been found, and he needs a good technical analyst on it. So Ashcroft heads to the crime scene, but has slight difficulty with it because her mother Alyssa was murdered here. Also heeding a warning that this building is quite condemned. As we progress through the alleyways, we enter into complete darkness. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this, but hey, it is what it is. We gotta be enjoying this shit for the whole game anyway, so I better strap in my big boy pants. I read the investigation report and snatch the room 204 key with "Let's talk" on it. And then a random ass door closes, because why not? With the key we head to 204 and I find me some wire cutters so I can cut the wires and find a shit ton of pictures of Grace. Oh, that isn't creepy at all. We get a little flashback from 80 years ago where we meet her mother. The electricity shuts down and her mother says we must go down and keep our voices down. Of course, the poor Grace got no clue what's going on, but she gotta stay close to her mother. The person of the establishment apologizes for the power outage. And then comes our first zombie attack. Her mother is a badass though and hides something behind a painting. Grace gets the biggest panic attack in cinema history, and not long after, her mother just gets slaughtered like it's nothing. Zombie trips and sets the place on fire. Grace grieves for too much reasonable reasons, and now we're back to the present day, where she is still grieving. Then the phone goes off. She picks up and hears nothing, but suddenly remembers that her mother hid something behind that painting. So it was time to investigate that painting, and behind it we find a journal from her mother and a floppy disk. And then, oh hey, it's the cop guy turning into a crazy knucklehead, trying to kill me. I dodge his shotgun bullets, grab the emergency exit keys, fight back for our goddamn lives, run for our goddamn lives, open the emergency exit door, stab him with a piece of glass, and yoink him out of the window. And then we hear a piano coming from upstairs, so of course we go check it out. See a weird mask with a man listening to some music. Or well, half man, half zombie. He sees Grace as the chosen one, locks her up with him, and makes her unconscious. Putting us now in the pants of the Raccoon City cop master himself, Leon S. Kennedy. He and Sherry know about Victor Gideon, someone who works for Umbrella. We see Gideon walking outside with Grace, and Leon is far from a blind man, but so is Victor. That crazy son of a gun casually knocks out the whole city with syringes, but those syringes turned the townspeople into zombies, so this little trick of his ruined our chance of catching him and got the whole city in panic. Leon's gotta hurry, man, they're running out of time here. Then we see what's happening to Grace, not looking all too bright, but she somehow breaks the blood donor thingy and uses it to get herself free, then drops herself to the sides and frees herself entirely. That's some pretty impressive stuff, I must say. So as Grace, we traverse the dark and scary alleyways trying to find our ticket out of here. I enter room 201 with the cherub key, and I found and snatched ourselves a lighter. Now I had to get a screwdriver to get ourselves the fuse from the fuse box. To do this, you of course first must find a dead body, then see the dead body, get eaten by a big zombie bitch, and run for your sorry ass, and then get your own head eaten off. Okay. We are in the bloody beginning, and these pieces of shits are no joke. But it is afraid of the light, so we scared it away from us. But it's still around, of course. We do snatch the screwdriver and get chased once again. This time, she turns all the electricity off, leaving Grace in some extreme danger. But we get ourselves that fuse, repair the door, and get our ass away from that ugly shit. Or, at the very least, try, cause it is back to Leon at Rhodes Hill. Looks like Gideon has been waiting for our arrival. We follow his assistant and await him without knowing of his secret camera. The assistant warns us we must get out of here right now, and I get why, as she's being chainsawed to death. Leon, on the other hand, doesn't mess with these shenanigans and slaughters his way through, also granting me the chop chop cheat. Anyway, once I finally pull through, I get the chainsaw myself, kill some more zombies with it, and then cut through the lock. Finding our first Mr. Raccoon, giving me the Hunt Begins achievement. We see the same cutscene we saw when we played as Grace, meaning Leon comes in to rescue her. He slaughters the big mama with a Requiem, then tells he's DSO. Wonders why an FBI agent is even here, and Gideon is 2 steps ahead. As Gideon has resealed the door, Leon passes the Requiem to Grace. Gideon and Leon will have a little talk, as it seems Gideon has some faster reflexes than the old man. But first we are looking through Grace's eyes. As Grace store away an antique coin, giving me the out of sight, out of mind achievement. I enter another room with another dead body. Jesus, that Grace is an unlucky girl, but who is that unlucky girl? She seems blind, or well, most definitely is blind. The so-called dead man is not dead. Okay, now he is. The door got a security lock, so right now, she's kinda screwed. We make it to the kitchen with a very friendly man, cutting up some foods. Totally not a threat, and totally didn't shiver my timbers. As we run, I snatch a pistol from the ground to find a makeshift knife. Now I was actually capable of putting up a fight. I eventually enter the piano room, where I find a singing lady that I just blast her through her brains. But this game is shitballs hard, and I die. Anyway, second time's a charm, and I also open up my first vault, granting me 3 antique coins. We find Grace's old pistol, find some more stuff needed for 100% completion, and then solve the puzzle by entering Moon, Sun, Star, Moon, getting me the Moon Quartz. I opened this door with the red jewel I found and play some roulette. I grabbed the East Wing keycard. Now I went to kill the chef guy, not because I dislike him, but we need the Order Up achievement. This sadly wasn't all too easy, so of course I had to redo some parts. I figured I couldn't even kill him with my amount of ammo, and realized I just have to progress the story and come back for him later. So I sneak up on this guy with my hemolytic injector, getting me the Fatal Dose achievement. I open up another safe and then find the blood collector. With it, we can craft items. So I analyzed some blood to can now craft handgun ammo, which is huge, earning me the science achievement. So I could craft some handgun ammo, getting me the power of blood achievement. Had to kill 3 extremely tough zombies. This had me running out of ammo and made me feel like it was practically impossible, like holy shit. So I strategized. Put the difficulty on easy. Yes, I know, this makes it easier, but I will unlock insanity mode nevertheless, and I'll have to beat insanity mode anyway. So why make it so hard on myself? And I have to beat this game in under 4 hours. I did it purely because it makes cleanup achievements much easier, like having to break a vase, lure a zombie to it, then throw a bottle at its ass and make him attack the nurse for the internal dispute achievement. This took me an hour, so fucking sue me. Anyway, I was finally able to continue the story. After that stupid bullshit, that was genuinely unfun. And you know what sucks as well? When I grab the ID wristband, this chunky boy Chunk comes in, and I also have to kill him for an achievement, but I was rocking 6 whopping bullets, so yeah, we'll also need to return here later. I do get the Blood More Blood achievement and then stored my stuff in a container, allowing me to empty my mag on Chunk. And die nevertheless with Chunk still alive. Yeah, this 100% will be the death of me. So I gave up on Chunk and went to analyze the green blood for the med injector and the 55mm ammo. And the reversible white for the steroids and the stabilizer. Had to backtrack to the filing room for the hip pouch, which gave me more inventory space, an absolute necessity. Now I was able to enter the custodian's office with the wristband I found a century ago for the wrench. Then obtained the organ transport box before finding that, a whole lot of ammo, so I went ahead and oh, what the fuck is this? Had to waste some bullets on this big bulldozer coming along, but great, I had enough to go head on with our least favorite chef. And yes, finally got that Order Up achievement. The pantry key got me some more collectibles, but also 1 bullet for the Requiem. So I loaded that bad boy up and went after Chunk, and that Requiem shot made my bro piss and shit his fucking pants. And we finally got that damn Grace and Goliath achievement. Holy shit! One major problem I've been having is this game's inventory system. It is really bad. Not objectively bad, but the problem with it is that key items are not stored in a separate thing. You gotta hold key items and normal items together. Why the fuck did they have to bring that type of shit back? I know this makes the inventory management intuitive, but not if you're a completionist. When I could finally focus on progressing again, with the wrench we could open the cold storage and obtain the artificial heart. Here comes my favorite word. Backtrack to the place where Chunk was and where we found the wristband to obtain some files we needed. Then an antique coin from the singer zombie, but that also granted me the Deadly Duet achievement. Found a bottle of corrosion to use on the puzzle back in the first office bit, and oh, why is this piece of shit? He liberated us. He didn't kidnap us. We are unique. And Elpis can finally be set free with Ashcroft. We run, lock him in, and then pretend that we have run away. Ooh, she's a little runaway. Quickly corrode the lock and solve the puzzle. We get the Sun Quartz in our way of unlocking the organ transport box. And when we do, we get some artificial lungs. With these, we first get the Like Mother Like Daughter achievement for lockpicking this cabinet, and then go back to the examination room, put the artificial parts into the dead body, resurrect it, re-kill it, and take his level 2 wristband. We could now enter the isolation ward. achievement. Then found the code for the puzzle thingy, but it has no pictures on it, and see a picture of that blind girl. Wait, he got the level 3 wristband. With this, we can free the girl, but before doing so, I first spent 17 antique coins, which granted me a bigger storage for both inventory and the blood collector, so that is huge. And before saving her, I used the 2 injectors, which gave me permanent stat boosts, and snatched another missing raccoon. Now it was time to rescue the girl. We ask if it's okay to enter, and it is. We tell her we are from the police and ask her to come with us. And no shit, she's confused. So we introduce ourselves and ask her name, which is Emily. We ask if she can read something for us, as we need her to decipher that puzzle, so we must carry her through, making this quite a scary challenge. Anyway, I do make it there safe and sound, or well, we are still being chased, so we clean up the mess while Emily solves the puzzle. She got the artifact thing. Let's go. And holy shit, what the fuck is that thing? Damn it, Leon, I thought you killed it. It got Emily, so we jump after it, but that story will be left untold for now, as our boy Leon got kidnapped by the one and only Gideon. Leon gives the silent treatment and wishes that Gideon would give the same treatment, as he plays a little gay with Leon's body. And the second he starts plotting like any dumbass villain, we slowly start cutting the rope. Go for a full real kick-ass Leon Kennedy attack, but we are too late. He got away. Anyway, at the very least, we're still alive. So as Rion, we're now trying to reach Victor's office. We do so by killing the chunk monster with a shotgun, which took a little while. Then found the compensator part for the pistol, which got me the tailor-made achievement, and shortly after the parrying achievement. Victor's office is pretty interesting. Anyway, I find a secret passageway that takes 5 years to open and enter the elevator once it finally opens, which got me to Victor's office. Our help Sherry traced his IP address, and she is confident that we've been infected by the T virus. Everything they're doing is for Elpis, and Grace got something to do with it, keeping it real thrilling because we're closing that story off, and sent us back to Grace's rescue for Emily. As I progress through the dark, wet cave, we find one big security office and see Emily locked up. We check on her and, well, at least she's alive. It appears the monster collects things, and we're going to do the same thing, as we need to gather these joint blocks and unlock certain doors for collectibles, saves, and of course overall story progression. Once I found the required key items, I obtained a forklift key, which allowed me to get a bigger hip pouch. Then we get to the other side, which involves the Big Mama again, and a puzzle with hanging bodies. Yes, the game wasn't holding back here. When I finally pull through, a processing sequence initiates, having me keep away from a grinder and kill zombies that decide to stand up. When that grinder finally stops, I yank that final plug out, go on a big blood water slide, and rush toward the corridor to finally activate it and release Emily. We carry her through the elevator ASAP, but we are not safe yet. Big Mama is climbing up. We continuously shoot at her and try to open the elevator shaft, and as we finally succeed, we don't. She grabs us by our feet, and the elevator shaft heavily hurts our foot. But Emily is a goat. She kept the star quartz safe for us, and it looks like Grace was a little overdramatic, as she's walking just fine. Anyway, we deposit all the 3 quartz we have gathered and finally leave the care center where it all started. It has been a long night indeed. We find a helicopter with a man who looks like he knows how to fly it. Oh shit, well, isn't that great? He wants to fly it, but we must get the key, as our old man here has a severe wound on his leg. So the man, Henry, will keep Emily safe while we will search the house for the helicopter key. I do a crap ton of puzzle solving until I finally make an elevator out of a room. Down there, I find, well, you explain it to me, because what in the oblivion? But I do find my 9th Mr. Raccoon, and right after, the helicopter key. Ha! What a breeze! Oh shit, Gideon's here. He is initiating a protocol. What does this son of a gun mean? He did it. Oh shit. What did he do? The place is going to self-destruct. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. I use a fire extinguisher to stun zombies and run for my own goddamn life, eventually somehow climbing out of this mess before we've got like 10,000 zombies heading toward the helicopter. Henry, start that fucking helicopter, Henry! Fly the fucking heli! I don't know how he did it, but we are up in the sky. Not for long though, as Grace thinks she knows how to fly. And Henry is a goner, oh boy. Oh, and Emily's here too, shit. Of course they'll love to close that shit off, because we're now witnessing Leon's eyes. And it looks like he saw the helicopter shenanigan go off. My man just finds the sniper, seriously, Mr. Lucky over here. and can confirm that it's Grace. Grace is saving Emily, but we've got quite the trouble. So as Leon, we gotta back her up from above. But first, a little Mr. Raccoon goon. As we back up Grace from a distance, she busts through the chapel. We slide down to back her up, and as she brings Emily to safety, we've got a boss to beat. This is the pinnacle of the game. Leon's combat is so buttery smooth, it should genuinely be illegal. I snatched the "can I borrow this" achievement, have some more fun with the combat, and then I guess we are heading after Grace. Grace is deep down with Emily, taking her to a storage bay so she can rest. And we've got to find a way back to the surface without getting killed by whatever just crawled there. But we obtained some Requiem ammo. So I shot Big Mama with it, earning me the Bring Out the Big Guns achievement. After that, had to do some pretty basic stuff to regain the power so we can open the hatch, which brings Big Mama finally to rest. Sadly enough, Emily didn't make it. Her heart stopped beating. As Grace tries to perform CPR on her, we see only stress and grief. She's a goner. Or not? Of course! She isn't completely dead. She has to turn. But not just in your average zombie. She turns into whatever the fuck this monstrosity is. I don't know why Grace still tries to talk to her, but yeah. Hell yeah, Leon, shoot that motherfucker down. Grace severely disagrees with our decision, but come on, lady. Did you see what the fuck she turned into? Grace is done with this bullshit. She throws the Requiem toward us. She's giving up. Just like that? Suddenly Leon starts coughing blood. He knows he's infected. Grace wanders like a loser and stumbled upon a familiar man. He shows her the light. It is fucking Wesker. Well, actually, his name is Zeno, but I ain't buying that bullshit. Grace is the reason why the T-virus spreads, but also the key to building a brave new world. Sherry witnesses her virus spreading, and we, as Leon, will look for Grace throughout all of Raccoon City. Sadly enough, our car trip ends here, because, well, not much of a road left. Sherry the Goat has some intel, and they are probably hiding right in the center of Raccoon City. As I walk around the not-so-beautiful Raccoon City, I try to gather as much supplies as possible. There's an achievement for having crafted each of Leon's possible craftables. Doesn't take long, though, until one huge-ass spider just comes in from above. It messes itself up, though, but we haven't lost it, and it hasn't lost us either. As we are near defeating it, it is near defeating us, but we somehow slash through its carapace, and then slash through its brain. Leon hits a Leon quote, and now we gotta get out of the subway. Huh. We're out of there in no time and gotta blow up a gate now, but it's missing a detonator. We find an old BSAA camp, giving me the little Resident Evil 5 nostalgia hit. And looks like the little camera on the laptop was not protected by our sponsor, Nord. Leon brings back the original buying station from where we can buy weapons and such. Anyway, as we are poor, we continue on, fight a bunch of zombies, which leads into a bunch of money, and find ourselves an apartment key. I need to turn on a generator, but without fuel, that's gonna be kinda tough. I also find the first part of the detonator, and I spot the two other possible locations, and snipe a Mr. Raccoon. Now I was off, of course, first heading to the shop to snatch the retail therapy achievement. Started grabbing any collectibles I needed on my way, and, well, obtaining those other detonator parts. For the first part I had to do some battery scavenging, which was the most fun so far, just going about with Leon, blasting zombies and slaughtering through them without having to worry too much. Without a doubt, the best part of the game. When I snatched both batteries, I unlocked the gate. Behind the gate, we find dead BSAA soldiers, with one of them having a helmet cam. Their mission was to retrieve Elpis. It took just a mere couple of seconds for them to get blown to bits by the man himself. Looks like Grace made it to Raccoon City too. One dead soldier is holding a BSAA container key. This allows us to open a BSA container. Yeah, what a surprise. Before that, I do some simple stuff to obtain our third detonator part. But there's one thing you didn't think through. How did Leon S. Kennedy get there? Well, it all started by being bombed by an artillery striker, having to dodge motors and zombies that decide to suicide bomb themselves, dealing with the craziest nonsense known to men, and then, yes, indeed, get those parts. But it was pretty enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. Now all that's left is the last detonator parts, a tool that will make the distributor and broken signal one, or just fix the broken signal. As I look for it, I first snatched the gas can, which we have to fill up. Once filled up, or well, once I had beaten 100 zombies with a chainsaw and had a bloody chainsaw sword fight with this chainsaw dudes, we were like two pirates that I obviously won. And then I filled up the gas can. Started up the generator and went to open our first BSAA container. Inside are some friendly surprises and oh, a Marksman 1A sniper. Then made a crane drop us a bridge. Got myself 62,000 credits, so I bought the Styrie, the 990 tech, and a case upgrade. Then upgraded my weapon some more and was off to opening my second BSAA container. Inside, a repair kit repairing my broken signal. Found a beautiful bike that we can use once we get through that gate and had to backtrack quite a bit for collectibles. Oh, and the almighty the 3rd BSAA container, we earn the Great Expansions achievement for opening all 3. Get a BSAA emblem charm and a legendary tracking module, some nice bugs. So what's great now is that of course I have to backtrack to the spot I actually have to be for the story. And also go back to the first generator to finally open up that door for my 19th Mr. Raccoon. Then I have to parkour through an insanely big, crumbling building, pretty difficult but had a blast. Just like these zombies. Anyway, once I finally found my way up, I got the final detonator part, crafting the detonator. Before I install it and blow it all up, I first earned the Seasons Pro achievement for having killed 300 enemies. Had to do some more intense fighting with Leon on a small bridge to get the going down achievement. Then make it go boom and off we go with a motorcycle cruising through Raccoon City like an absolute madman. But up ahead, it's a madman. It's the madman Gideon himself, shooting a goddamn rocket at us, and then sending evil T-virus-infected wolves toward me. But when I get close to Gideon, I stop one of his rocket attacks, earning the Road Rage achievement. Then I had to carve my own path with explosive canisters, drive over a goddamn 80-story building, because Leon ain't giving up that easy. We dodge bro's bullet like Wesker in Resident Evil 5, and then do a western bike out with Gideon, and oh buddy, you should have worn a helmet. So that's Gideon for you. He's dead! Or is he? So it's time to finally find Grace. We start off in the old police RPD, which, well, is a hard one for Leon to enter. The Hero Returns achievement. My god. There's nothing left of it. We even see the Welcome Leon celebration from the old game, and of course, Grace is here with bloody Wesker from Temu. But the first thing I did was a bunch of collecting, because the RPD has a shit ton of collectibles. Eventually, continue progressing the story, which is just find an item, use item, progress. What we find when we progress is Temu Wesker with Grace. He's looking kinda chill though. Elpis is a little girl, in a way like Emily. They tried for years and years, but people crafted copies of her. They never found the real Elpis. Each and every one got its own sad story. So we step into the shoes of one of the girls, this girl's named Chloe, all alone in her room. Well, it's in an orphanage, hearing likely parents fighting. So we have a little looky, and they're supposedly possessed children that cannot take damage from weapons. As the dumbass child we are, we ask what they are doing. So now, we run for our sorry asses and hide under the bed. They keep punching and punching mattresses and eventually come to ours, but someone else screams in the distance. We're clear. So we run through the house and once again, hide. When we hide long enough and the coast is clear, we get ourselves a key first. Wait another century for the fuck-ass children to get a move on and then unlock the hatch. Down the hatch, some very creepy stuff happens. I unlock a door with the umbrella symbol on it, and then I get myself a fire poker. And a bunch of stupid little children get out of the casket so I can be buried in a casket. Anyway, this time I use the fire poker to bring the ladder down. They chase after me, but not for long. We see the way all of us orphans were born, which doesn't look pretty. As Chloe finds this out, she gets injected and must be gotten rid of because of symptoms showing. Grace is completely in shock. All of this happened in Ark, and Grace can save Elpis. Grace was also created. She isn't even real. Her mother isn't real. Everything she has done was all for nothing. When Leon sees that happening, he shows himself. This indeed, a knockoff Wesker, does not put up a fight. Because oh shit, it's Mr. X. But we shoot the roof, but it's bye-bye Mr. X. We escape from, oh fuck, it's Mr. X. Now after some long trial and error, we somehow get rid of him. Leon knows about the orphanage, aka Ark, and knows that's his next destination. But you've gotta be fucking kidding me. Is bro just throwing rockets at this point? Well, I guess I'll just shoot one. This gets rid of its big metal armor, and now he turns into whatever the fuck you wanna call it. Sadly enough, it doesn't end very well for him. All I gotta do is shoot his chest cavity, earning me the Remember That 2 achievement. So I eventually make an insanely big Uncharted 2 reference, and then went into the very deep bottom of the Raccoon City, where I had to shoot all 9 plants coming at me, for the Not Today Buds achievement. Then I had to defeat the big boss plant, just shoot, wait, dodge a little, and kaboom, bye-bye stubborn little weed. And now I'm entering Umbrella's Ark. What a goddamn fortified door! Umbrella's Legacy achievement. Let's uncover this Ark place. It is pretty futuristic and obviously was never meant to be found. Temu, Wesker, and Grace are at the central refinery. But oh, of course, guards have been called in. They've got some insane soldiers up in this bitch. My god, even the lickers are back. Anyway, I breeze through with my overpowered gear. I sniff out the rest of Ark's secrets, and who is this guy? He's not the main character. Oh shit, he knows her name though, and he's a big fan. And I'm a big fan of this fight. Sadly enough, it doesn't last long. My guy sucks ass in XCOM. I obtain his mortal edge, and it is time to finish this once and for all. Grace has to enter a code, one that can be put in once. If she puts it in wrong, Ark will be destroyed with Elpis. She should know it, but she doesn't want to, as Leon is there, her best hope. But of course, you can't just shoot down that son of a gun. He acts all fancy, Leon is weakened, but Grace threatens to kill herself. Hey, they need her after all. So Ollie Express Wesker is distracted. Leon shoots the big-ass orb pillar to save the day. They drop off on a weird platform, and Leon falls to the ground hard. And the T-virus in him has started to spread to stage 3. Grace doesn't get why he would still come here, but the reason is that he didn't do it back then, so he wants to make it right now. Grace is with him, and if Leon doesn't make it, she will finish it, earning us the final mission achievement. So we follow Leon's lead, boost Grace up, and we are now on our own as Grace, jumping right back into Ark. We have to find another key, but I had my eyes extra peeled for those last collectibles. Missing some of the last ones would be a pain. So I snuck around these blind lickers to open up a safe. I snatched the override key, but not without trouble. Had to head back to the dump control room to get rid of a crane, giving Leon also the possibility to move. We obtained the magnetic key, granting us access through the top secret umbrella stuff, where I find yet another safe, being the last one, as no save is safe achievement. As I continue, I get a hit pouch upgrade and shoot the final Mr. Raccoon, earning me the You Little Rascal achievement. Obtain the Noblest Orb, and later on the Animus Orb. With these two, I can unlock the big red umbrella door with a shit ton of intel on Grace. She inserts the floppy disk from her mother's pouch. On that floppy, we see her talking to a man, but I'm not sure who. There's also a file named Grace. So well, do not click on it yet, because we are first playing as Leon. First order of business, spare your lickers attack, or well, parry and slash, earning me the Cat Got Your Tongue achievement. Then go through some more mumbo-jumbo, Leon symptoms act up, which is kind of annoying. Get the override key, override the elevator, shoot a shit ton of lickers, and other pieces of shit. Head upstairs, badly injured, with the Requiem loaded, we are not in a stable condition. Is this the end for Leon? We head into the light. Finally, escaped from Ark. But Grace is still there, pondering her file. She hits play. Elpis is a blind hope. Humans have hope, and he knows Elpis is worth jack shit. He holds, well, I guess we both know who that baby is. That baby is the man's real hope. And yeah, that baby is named Grace. Grace spots Leon coughing up blood like throw up. We earn the case closed achievement for finding all the files in the main story and hurry our way toward Leon, entering an area that looks familiar, but no time to waste. Leon did not see the light. It was all a prop, or well, kinda. A simple little hand press opens the door. We stumble upon the Timu man. Grace has an idea, and Leon just trusts her, no questions. She says she knows the password, and will enter it as long as he lets Leon live. Now, we must make an actual choice. Destroy or release Elpis. We release her. We type in hope, and it releases the stims. Mr. Timu pushes Grace away. The power is finally in his hands. Only Grace knows what Elpis really is. It is an antiviral. Timu has gone bankrupt in his powers, but somebody didn't really die. He finds it amazing that he is humbled by his master. His research was wrong, but Victor laughs it off. He knows all virus-based weapons are useless now. Gideon blows the evil monologues off by just saying that he's an imitation of Wesker and then slices his head off like it's butter. He stabs Grace. Grace quickly cures Leon with Elpis, and the man seriously cannot die. As all of the refinery is going down, Leon makes a safe escape. But Grace is nowhere to be seen. So it is time to make matters in her own hands and face off against Victor one last time. Time to bury Umbrella's last skeleton. Gideon's fight is very short. You just blast him down like crazy. He goes Super Saiyan twice, doing insane electricity moves, but since I can just heal, this fight is stupidly easy. But oh god damn it, of course, he is in debt. Why did I think it would be easy? Well, actually it still was, as this monster just had some weak spots you just had to blast down. When he grabbed me, I climbed his body and hit him straight into the brain. Do a cool little action walk and blast him with the Requiem one last time. No sign of Grace, and no word of Sherry. But Grace is alive. We tried to carry her, but see no way out. Leon ain't leaving without her, so they just sit and wait. All electricity goes out. The lights shut off. But suddenly, the lights back up. An entire team of soldiers pop in, with one specifically knowing our name. It is Alpha Team, coming in with a message from Captain Redfield. No way, Chris Redfield? They reach the surface with a shit ton of police cars. Sherry also got herself an antiviral, so she's all good now. They wonder where Chris is, which is exactly what I was thinking. Grace tells Leon that she wished they could have saved Emily, but they still can. With the antiviral, Leon didn't shoot any of her vitals. The news covers the secret lab umbrella under Raccoon City for the past 28 years. Alyssa, the mother of Grace, gets extra credited for cracking the story of Oswald Spencer. The government will not speak up about anything they did with Umbrella. And that is Resident Evil Requiem's main story completed. With a very cool credit scene that I usually do not care about. We see Grace back in the office. It sounds like they brought back Emily. Oh, they did, and she can see now. And she was speaking to Leon on the phone, and she's got a whole family. That's so cute. Of course, if you thought Capcom would stop at 9, yeah, you better think twice. This right here is a teaser, no doubt. Looks like the BSAA has fallen to some extent. I earned the Hope and the Requiem achievements, plus Rookie Agent achievement, played for 9 hours and 25 minutes, and unlocked Insanity Mode. I still needed a whopping 13 achievements. I first check out the bonuses section though, where I can spend my challenge points that I earned thanks to the achievements. The Kotetsu for Grace, a knife that never breaks, and a tactical tracker for Leon to earn credits faster, as we need to earn 200,000 of these. Now I had huge, massive steel balls, so went ahead to try and beat the game in less than 4 hours without using the blood collector and without even using any healing items. I wasn't healing once in this whole run. And you wanna know something actually that's pretty funny in my opinion? I pulled that shit off! Wanna know how quick? In only 3 hours and 28 minutes. Feeling like a god in that moment. Holy moly. Now, I'm not gonna cover it, because I can cover it, but it's the same story, just me skipping through all the cutscenes and running like Sonic. So, this granted me the Minimalist achievement, and the Never Touch the Stuff achievement, and the Speed Demon achievement. Oh my god! Oh. And I was going to bed, since I've been awake 24 hours prior of its initial release day. You can do the math, that's 24 hours! So when I woke up the next day, all that was left was Insanity Mode, but I got some challenge points, so I bought stuff like infinite ammo, and a rocket launcher with infinite rockets. So yes, Insanity will be a breeze. So yeah, Insanity is not as insane as it sounds with unlimited ammo. The first achievement I got is the old-fashioned way, saving my game with an ink ribbon. Then in the corridor with 3 zombies, I got the bang for your buck achievement for shooting 3 zombies with 1 Requiem bullet. Started to realize that infinite ammo makes it much easier, but Insanity makes it insanely difficult, that even with infinite ammo from a Requiem, things can still get out of hand. Nevertheless, once again, in Raccoon City, I finally crafted all of Leon's craftables, earning me the Master Craftsman achievement. Had a shit ton of fun with Leon's infinite rocket launcher, because this ain't no weak weapon. Just look at them explosives! Anyway, I finally finished the Insanity modes, got the 2 normal mode achievements and the Remarkable Agent achievement, all in 3 hours and 26 minutes. So I quickly snatched the Model Mania and the Curator achievements for buying and viewing all models and concept arts. By the way, the concept arts are pretty cool to see after playing the game 3 times, because I knew these characters and stuff. I'm pretty hooked on this game. I need sleep. The fun wasn't over though. I needed one last achievement, Bloodlust, where I had to collect a total of 5,000 microsamples with the blood collector. Now, as the pretty big doof nugget I am, I indeed had to replay a bunch to even get back to the blood collector. Could have made a save to make it easier, but I didn't because, like I said, doof nugget. Anyway, the start was simple. Get there ASAP, not hard for me anymore. Then find 1 blood bag, save my game, and then keep inserting and restarting. That's what I did about 45 times to get the Bloodlust achievement. With the Bloodlust achievement, I have now played 100% of Resident Evil Requiem in less than 48 hours after its initial release. 28 hours of playtime. What a game, man. Truly, seriously, what a game. This right here gave me an insane hunger to start 100%ing every Resident Evil game on the channel. But hey, I'm not the man who votes on that. You are. So let me know. Always let me know. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if I fucking suck ass at making content. But if I don't, you'll love the rest because my content is at its finest. Right? Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. And I'll see ya, well, someday again.